Welcome everybody to December 1st, 2025, year of our Lord. How many people are having December birthdays this month? Who's all having a December birthday? Erica? Erica is, I am. Yeah, we all have time to shop. December birthdays are awesome. Yeah. Every day is a celebration. There is a lot going on the first of the month promotion. Let me see a show of hands if you listen to the first of the month promotion. Yeah. If you haven't, we're going to go over that because it's amazing. And everything that I'm going to cover tonight is based on conversations that I've had this past week with people and based on optimizing this promotion because it's truly, truly great. Let us celebrate what you all did with November. All right, raise your hand if you enrolled. I know I'm already lost. Marley is going. This is going to be fun. She can't keep track. Um, Raise your hand if in November you enrolled one person. We want to celebrate you. Tammy, Jennifer, Christine, John, yay, Marlia. Good job, good job. Raise your hand if you enrolled two people in the month of November. Yay, Crystal and Maggie and Marlia. Good job, good job. And how about three people? Four people? Four people? Marlia, good, good, good. What's your total number, Marlia?
I enrolled six.
Very good. Very good. Anybody enrolled more than six? I did. I enrolled seven. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Um, Deborah, you look lost.
I was going to say I did some enrollments, but I don't know how many I did. And I had eight new people in my business, so I don't remember how many of those were mine. I don't remember.
Some of those were mine because I put them in there.
Yes, you did some, and then I did some, and then
Yeah, we're
I
gonna talk
enrolled
about
somebody, and
that.
she did one.
So, how many people earned Quest? Did anybody in here earn Quest? I did. I earned Quest too. All right, Marlia. All right. We'll see you in Quest, see you in Dallas. That's really awesome. That's very good. You can check to see how people do. So that's kind of fun to do that. All right. Tonight we're going to talk about the promotions and things that are going on, some parties that we're having, that kind of stuff. So get ready to really take notes and have your camera out and have your calendar out because there's going to some things to plot, right? It's December. It's beginning to, and it snowed today. It snowed today, and for at lunch I watched a Christmas movie. Well, 30 minutes of a Christmas movie, which you can't do before Thanksgiving. That's the rule in my house. Okay. You guys, this is on January 3rd. I'm going to keep talking about this and keep talking about this. I am going to be doing this on my Zoom. If you want to join me, if you don't have a party to have at your house, or you can have a party and Zoom me in, because right after this, we're going to have a Zoom recap, how this went, what we learned, how we need to move forward, all that kind of stuff. I matched the screen tonight. So does Crystal. Crystal, you and I matched the screen. we dressed Melaleuca tonight. Flash promotion, $1 memberships for us for until the 8th. If you are new, you remember you get to have $1 membership for the month that you enrolled plus two more months. So your customers get $1 member. The month you enrolled plus two more months is when your customers get to enroll for $1. For the rest of us old farts on here, $1 membership until the 8th. That's pretty exciting. When you enroll a new customer, they are going to get an 8-ounce bottle of Renew Lotion, but they have to shop within 48 hours. They have to shop within 48 hours. That is the caveat. Please note, they have to shop within 48 hours to get their bottle of Renew Lotion. All right? Dangle that in front of those people that want to drag their feet. This is exciting. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. New $1,000 new director guarantee. This one's a little bit different. You have to achieve director for the first time. You have to enroll at least four members. Four. So even if you only need three to technically to become a director, you still have to enroll four members. If you don't have any, you have to enroll 8 to get to director. So know how that works. You have to enroll at least 4. Even if you're only 1 away from director, you have to enroll 4. Okay, as a company, makes sense to me. I'm not going to give someone $1,000 for enrolling 1 person, right? That's the way that I would do it. You have to enroll at least 4. So what is your plan to get there? Plan, okay? $1,000. Now, for those people that maybe didn't make money, they didn't get the kind of money because we were trying to help people, working to help people in November. People are going to get paid January 12th. It will help pay off any credit card debt that you incur because of Christmas. So $1,000 in January is just as powerful, right? Just as powerful. All right, we did the Christmas party. It was a big success. We had 42 people on. We played games. It was a lot of fun. We're doing it again. A little bit different time. It's going to be at 6 p.m. It is December 4th. We are going to have more fun games to play. We're going to have things to give out, which is really fun. We have 3 different presenters. I'm going to be talking about stocking stuffers. Deborah's going to be talking about DIY sugar scrubs, and Jill's going to be doing gift baskets. These are just ideas using Melaleuca products. We all have a little bit of extra products in there, right? But that's the base of it. The 2 people you are to invite are, of course, customers. We had a lot of customers on there, which is awesome. I love that. I hope you guys are really, really, really impressing. Use Melaleuca for Christmas. Use Melaleuca for Christmas. That's the point about this, on how you can use some of our things like beef sticks and popcorn and snack bars for a stocking stuffer. Throw a movie in it and now it's a movie theme. Right? Yes, Deborah?
I just want to put out there, last time it was talking about sugar scrubs too. Don't think you don't want to hear this time, because there is going to be new information. It's going to be fun.
And it's not going to be as long. The sugar scrubs are not going to be as long.
It won't be as long.
Because we're not going to teach you about essential oils. We're just going to assume people know about them. We're just going to do, this is how you can use
It's going to be some good information. Just be there.
The second thing, though, because Deborah does have a lot of information, is that on that following Sunday on the 7th at 2 p.m. Pacific, notice the times. This is on the 4th at 6 p.m. Pacific. Set an alarm. I don't want to hear I forgot. Okay.
And there'll be new stuff on that one too that I'm not going to share on the Thursday night.
And then on Sunday is the sugar scrub. Deborah's saying there's new information on here too. So this is just for people that are specifically wanting to do just, sugar scrubs. Now here's the deal, you guys. Have both dates available. So when you're inviting, if you can't make one, well, how about this one? If you can't do that one, well, how about would you like to have the video of it? Okay, these are great ideas. Really, really, you should be emphasizing now about using Melaleuca for Christmas shopping. Not just about cleaning products, but you guys, a lovely skincare for Christmas would be an amazing gift. A little sample packets of perfume. It's okay to do that kind of stuff. It's awesome. The Alloy line for men, that's a great gift idea. So this needs to be really your point about saying you can shop here for Christmas. I do. All right, we're going to talk about how to get the 8 to 10 enrollments for the month, right? Because there is $1,000 waiting for somebody. But let's just kind of look at the first thing. Why 10 enrollments? Why does everybody need to shoot for 10 enrollments? For a director, you only need 8 customers, okay? But starting at director 2, product points start counting. So technically for director 2, you need 10 customers, but you need 1,000 product points, which is about 20 people. So if you, and I'm looking at Michelle, you're right next to me. Let's say Michelle just enrolled and she really needs the money. She wants to get to director 2. Let's say she just enrolled and we're like, okay, let's get you 10 customers this month, Michelle, because that could help her double advance. So she's going to enroll 11 customers, right? But you need 1,000 product points. Where's that coming from? Well, if I enrolled her, in this example, I use Maggie, right? If Maggie needs 1,000 product points, there's Maggie's enrollments, Then Maggie enrolled a new business builder who she did named Virginia. But if I'm enrolling people, if I have 10 people that I've enrolled, I could put 3 customers under Maggie. There's 150 product points right there that go towards that 1,000. This is why I want you guys to start upping your goal, because the moment you have a builder, you want them to get and stay on Pacesetter. You want them to understand that if we can enroll 8 to 10 every month, you're going to have people to help place under them. I could look at this with Deborah, right? Deborah has a new builder, Rebecca. Well, I'm getting extended mentoring, advanced mentoring bonuses, and expanded mentoring bonuses. If Rebecca gets the director and director 2 this month, I'm going to get expanded mentoring bonuses. I just put some people under Deborah to help with her. Crystal, I could put Crystal here. But underneath here could be Beth, and I put some people underneath Beth to help Beth with her volume. So you guys need to start building your business right now as if you have a builder and they have a builder, and how are you going to help lift them up? Because remember how this works. You're going to get your bonuses for hitting your statuses. When your builders hit statuses, you're getting a mentoring bonus. You're going to get that same bonus. So you want to help lift them up, because 100% of what Deborah does helps me. This is how I reciprocate that to help Deborah, by putting people underneath her, and Maggie, and Crystal, and Beth. This is why my goal is to always enroll more than just 2 or 3. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions on that? I'm going to expand you guys out so I can see. Any questions on that? Nope. Okay, we're moving on. So, how to get to 8 to 10 enrollments for the month. All right, first of all, you have to know who to call. And I've been talking about this today with a few people, understanding that you guys, these industries, realtors, insurance, car salespeople, they are just like they're network marketing. I could also put massage therapists on here. I could put hairstylists on here. I mean, there's a lot of different groups out there that are network marketing, right? And all of these people rely on this very, very same things that we do. We need to know who to call. So, for example, if a realtor is there and they're starting to talk to somebody, they need to know what to ask these people about buying a house. Does that make sense? So, Michelle, you're a realtor and somebody walks in. Don't you need to find out who they are before you can actually talk to them about a house? Are they, Deborah, empty nester, couple dogs? Trying to see who's on here who has a lot of kids. Erica's got a lot of kids that keep coming back. No matter, she keeps having a lot of kids. Maggie's got a huge family. Maggie's got a lot of family. If you're talking to Maggie about her house, she's got to have a big entertainment room, which she does. She has a beautiful house, beautiful tile, big entertainment room, because she entertains a ton of people. You need to know who you're talking to. So you have to spend time, you guys, getting to know these people that you're talking to. Insurance, is it a newly married person versus someone that's retired? Car salesman, is it a 60-year-old empty nester or mom with 4 kids? You guys, we have to do the same thing here. In order for us to effectively talk to someone and who to call, we need to know what we call their pain points. Why does a family of 4 and 2 kids, a family 4 with 2 kids and a dog, need a new house? Why do they need that? So the second step is that, like a car dealer, they set an appointment or somebody comes in for them to find a car. The first mistake that we make is dripping on people. People don't drip on somebody for selling a car, do they? They set an appointment for somebody to come in and see that they need a new car. When I hear people say, well, I kind of talked to someone about this, that's called dripping, and it's highly ineffective. And the reason is if I want you to be interested in anything, to drip on you, you're not going to really pay attention. Or you're going to say, oh my God, there's Sandy. Every time she go around her, she's going to talk about voice lessons again. Oh my God. The reason why you go into a car dealership is because they want you to smell and touch and drive and search catalogs. They want you to have that whole experience of being in the car. Don't they? No one just says, hey, Deborah, you in a car? Yeah, we'll talk about it. Like, I think I got one for you. You probably would like it. Deborah will remember it that long and then it's gone. The whole car experience is for someone to have you touch, feel that seat, Deborah, feel that leather, feel how that steering wheel feels. That's a heated steering wheel, Deborah. You know you're going to love that, right? It's got car seats on the back to heat your back up while you drive. The second mistake is dripping. Dripping is a mistake, you guys. The new house experience. People set an appointment to learn more about buying a house. Nobody drips on you about, hey, yeah, I may have a house for you, Marlia. You may like it. Yeah, I think you'd probably like it. Nope. We want to walk into the house. We want to smell the house. That's why when Deborah sold houses, she always would bake cookies. You walk in, fresh cookie smell. Walk through the house, walk through the neighborhood. You are experiencing the whole thing, right? So what the salesperson is doing right, how would you love this car? How does it fit your family? The cup holders and the TV in the back, no more screaming kids, they are addressing their pain points, right? Same things, how does the house fit your needs? Fenced-in backyards, 3 blocks from school so you don't have to drive your kids, more time with you, a wine rack, walk-in closets. This is how you talk about approaching their pain points. If you're really good at selling a house, this is what they're doing. If they're really good at selling a car, this is what they're doing. So you guys, it's the same thing. Step 1 is to set an appointment for people to learn more. No dripping. No, well, I talked to them about Melaleuca because they're not engaging with it. They're not applying it. They're not having the full experience. You set an appointment for them to learn more. It's going to free up your time and you're going to be more effective. So understand, nowhere in the 7 critical activities does it say drip on somebody. It's not there. It's set an appointment. Step 2 is a full presentation. Have them right in the right environment. Keep referring back to their pain points, why this is a good choice for them. This will vary from person to person. The 2 people on this call right now are Maggie and Crystal and Beth, actually, all of which I've done in homes where we gave an immersive experience and they all had amazing results from that. All had amazing results. I had some friends here. I have a friend, I've been gathering her pain points. So when she was here, she saw Melaleuca. She asked me about this. I said, I've been wanting to talk to you about this, but I want to do it when we can sit down. We on Friday got away from everybody. We sat her down here. I gave her the experience. I gave her things to sample. I let her touch this and do that, and she saw the overview, and I did the slideshow. I talked about her pain points, and you need this, and you need that. She enrolled. She placed her order. She's a business builder. She enrolled somebody in a matter of 24 hours. You guys, these are the 2 things I can hear over and over and over that is causing you to go, boy, it takes so much time to do Melaleuca, or I'm not very effective, or I just can't. If you are afraid to pick up the phone, I think it's because you are thinking that you need to do something other than just set an appointment for them to learn more. That's it. Set an appointment. Because I will tell you, I have had people that have dripped on me. Modere, Monate, Mary Kay, Isogenics. And when they start to talk to me, I felt myself going, you're going to talk about Isogenics again? That stuff tastes like crap. You're going to do that? It's so high in carbs, 36 carbs for a drink. If they just would have sat and let's do it, it would have been a whole other experience. But when people drip on me, I know that they don't have the nerve to just flat out ask me. As opposed to, I'm going to gather information so that when I finally do sit with you and say, look, Michelle, this is what I know about you. I have heard you talk about this and this and this and this. Has anyone ever talked to you about Melaleuca? No, let's set an appointment. And here's why I think you need to have it. This is my experience, but this is what I really love, saving money. And I know that you're going to like it because of this. Then I'm going to set a boundary and say, I don't want to go into all the details now. I want you to have the full experience because I'll mess it up. Next boundary, you can tell me no afterwards if this is not for you. In other words, not before. And I'm going to set 2 times, this time or this time, which one works? This time or this time. And it is fast. It's fast and it's to the point, and that is hopefully, you guys, what is going to duplicate in your system and duplicate in what you're doing, because dripping makes people want to avoid you because all you're doing is talking about it. You set an appointment for people to learn more. Any questions about that? No, it's a quiet group. Okay, we're going to go on. Then the next thing, are you ready to set up your account? If we set this up today, can we go shopping today? Ask that question. Be bold. You ready to go shopping? Deborah's bold. Sandy, you want to go to Cato's and go shopping? That's a dress shop in Enid that has the cutest stuff. She doesn't have any hesitation. Are you ready to go shopping? I've only got 2 answers. Yes, I'm ready, or no, not yet. That's it. And Deborah doesn't have a heart attack or die when I say that. I don't know that I've ever said no to Cato, but you know what I mean. I'm taking a nap, or isn't it time to eat a little something, something? All right. We're going to talk about a new daily habit, you guys. Anything becomes a daily habit. Oops. Did I just stop sharing?
No,
Yes.
Can you guys see that?
Yep. We just could see your computer for the minute.
Okay, can you see anything now?
Now we see it. Now you've stopped sharing.
Okay, all right, good. Okay.
You're
Most
back.
people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're scattered. Think about that. They fail because they're scattered. Let me see a show of hands on here. How many of you guys feel scattered sometimes? Yeah, scattered. And I get that. I get that. Me too. Me too. Hey, Shamika, there's your picture. Hi. Here's your cute face. I feel scattered too. And the workbook that I just created removes chaos and replaces it with clarity. Clarity is on what you're doing. I can tell you I'm going to present something to you, and it's going to be something new, and it's going to cause some of you guys a little bit of stress because it's a new thing. It's a printable document for you guys to have at your desk to start tracking what you're doing. Okay? Why this matters. Studies show people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. 42%. This is a business. All right, if you write it down, it's going to happen. The accountability part of that is what's been a little bit lacking on my part on how to do it, and I have been working on this going, I feel like I'm a little bit out of control of knowing what people are doing. So when you see something like this, it's because of my feeling like I'm not doing a good job. Right? I'm always analyzing, how can I do better? How can I do better? How can I look at Crystal and Deborah and Maggie and Tammy and Jennifer, and I have 5 new business builders, you guys, 5. How am I going to keep track of that? Right? So if we write down our goals, we're 40% more likely to achieve them. That's huge. Don't you guys find that huge? It's a huge number. Tracking daily actions increases follow through by over 60%. How's that for insane? People who review their goals weekly are double as likely to stay motivated. Double. Stay motivated. I heard this week that some people kind of lost their motivation after they started. And part of that is because they don't know what they've done, and they don't know what they're doing, and they don't know where they're going. Crystal, what is that saying that you say that I love so much about confusion makes people stop?
Confusion is a choice.
Yeah, but what about
It's that simple.
people that
The confused mind does nothing.
the confused mind does nothing. That's right. The confused mind does nothing. Thank you, Erica. So people that are not sure where they're going, they don't know where they've been. That's why nothing gets done. The system works when you work the system. How many people have ever heard me say follow the process? Anybody ever heard that? I just randomly say it. Yeah, thank you, Crystal. Like almost every day, right? Almost every day. So this is the daily habit. There is a form I'm going to bring up when you're done. Literally 5 to 10 minutes a day. That's it. Just 5 to 10 minutes to help refocus you. Because if you want to get to the point where your business is really, really going, you have to know how much are you actually doing. Because Deborah and I, there's a point in time when Deborah and I and Patty and Linda were on here and we were go through and we were tracking like crazy and going, I feel like I've been here all day. I've made 2 phone calls. And that happens. We can work all day and not actually do the critical activities. So mornings, 3 minutes, you're going to open your DMO. I'm going to show what that is. How many people will I reach today? It's a decision. Just like confusion is a choice, what your work is a choice. And the DMO stands for how many reach outs you're going to do, how many calls, how many follow-ups, how many prospects, results, and your notes. You need to track what your business is, guys. This is a business. And this is the part where I feel like as a leader, I've kind of kept looking for something that was going to make it better. Keep looking for something where I thought that people were going to be able to follow. Midday, set an alarm, just track yourself, look at yourself. Are you on track? And this needs to be a 1 minute. Just stop, set an alarm. Maybe if you eat lunch at 12, maybe 12:20, just set your alarm to go off to say, just start and look. What have you done for the first part of the day? We have to have these times when we start checking in on ourselves. And then the evening close. What wins did you do? You notice we start with the wins. The wins are important, you guys. Crystal said something to me the other day, and I felt like she thought it was going to be not a good thing. She goes, I'm choosing to spend some time with my customers, and I'm like, well, that is a win. That's a huge win to choose to spend time with your customers, because you guys, that is literally what our job is. The mistake people make is not making that choice. That's the mistake. When we lose a customer, you ready for a hard truth? They didn't see the value. Now there is the reality, like I've lost my job, my wife lost her job and we're moving and it's just too much, right? There is that reality. But I'm working on a system now to keep my customers better informed, because it means they're not seeing the whole bigger picture. Now I cannot call everybody every week. Like people would avoid me. What names did you contact? What lessons did you learn? This is my strength, is the lessons that I've learned. You guys know my failure is follow up, right? But this is part of what I do at the end of the day, going, well, that was a horrible conversation, but this is what I learned. Crystal and I had a little laugh about that yesterday, going, well, that was a bad conversation that I had with that person. And she says, I did too, but this is what we learned. Momentum loves documentation. This is why people start their day with personal journals, right? How am I feeling? What happened? This is why journaling is so healthy, you guys. It helps you to reflect back on what's going on. Okay. Tracking creates income because what you measure grows. What you ignore disappears. What you measure grows, you guys. And it's not just saying that. So the disconnect is this. I hear people in this morning when we did a check-in, out of the 8 people that were on, 5 of them said they only enrolled 0 or 1. That's a business that's going backwards. What you measure grows. What you ignore disappears. That's why we cannot let people disappear. We can't ignore the people that aren't here, right? So the workbook is going to create focus. It's just a document that's going to be by your desk. Take a notebook when you have 15 minutes at work, pop it open and do some of the stuff. It's going to create focus on you and your builder. There is a page for your builders to keep track of them. It's going to build consistency because I have this thing online. A lot of people aren't using it. This is going to sit on my desk and I'm going to set an alarm to do it first thing in the morning, midday I'm going to check in, and I'm going to set an alarm to do it at night. Write that down. I want you guys to do the same. It's going to train you as leadership. It's going to train you on how to be a leader, on how to ask these questions of your team on a daily basis, and to have the conversations that say, hey, Crystal, your picture's right next to me. As an example, Crystal, 3 days in a row that you have not, made any calls. You said you were going to do that. How does that work? Right? What's going on? Are you checking in? Are you doing your recap? Now, you guys, please hear me right here. Please hear me. Look at me. You have the right to say, I don't make calls on Monday. Okay? You have the right to say, I don't make calls on Friday. Fridays are geared towards follow-up, or whatever days you say. You don't have to make calls 7 days a week if your schedule does not allow it. Can we all agree? Can we all say, thank you, Sandy? Amen. I don't have to make calls 7 days a week. You know me. I don't do setting appointments on Mondays and I don't do it on Fridays. But when I do it, I do know that the numbers have to count. This is going to show your trends. This is how I know I don't do calls on Mondays and Fridays, because I have done this and I've shown that I don't make calls those days. That's my trend. What is your trend? Do you even know? This is going to prevent emotional business decisions. Because one of the things, and Crystal, I'm going to use you as an example because you are on beside me, and there was, I don't know how many months ago, she was saying, I feel like I'm not doing this and this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, you've just built a director who helped build a director. Look at all the work you did for Serena and Ty. That's been a lot of work. And she's like, oh yeah. And if we had a better tracking system, maybe she would have seen that her builder enrolled 8 and that builder enrolled 8. Like she was working crazy for somebody else. It was like, oh, track your wins. Okay, no guesswork, no overwhelm, no duct tape leadership, you guys. So this workbook teaches the pattern. Success is not a personality type, it's a pattern. Success is a pattern. Okay. So, any questions about that so far? This is in an online form and it's in a PDF that I'm going to post on Business Builder Support for you guys to print, along with this video for you guys to look at. Let's go over it. Okay, Marlea's got a bleeding girl. Okay. Small steps compound into massive wins. That's kind of cool. So you guys, here's the first thing. Who is your builder? Build people and build a business. Who's your builder? Now, you may not have anybody right now, but the moment you do, this is November, what's their goals? How many calls? How many enrollments? How many customers? How many builders did they do? What's their status and any notes? Okay. So for Beth, is Beth still on here? Yeah, Beth. You have some builders that you can put on here, because remember you have that girl from Arkansas also. So you've got some people that we just start over. Just start over and start from the beginning.
I think that Karen was going to try to hop on tonight.
Okay.
Was it Arkansas? That's where she's at.
Mm-hmm. It was, because we talked about my family and that we're probably related based on our last name.
Right.
Yeah. So this is an example, Beth, of you getting Karen's name down here and Karen, and then you had two Karens, remember?
Right.
And just say, hey, let's start over. Can we get you in a system? Because would you love to have $1,000 next month, if not more? Okay, then this is you. Your weekly activity tracker, right? Who's the person? What's their week? So I'm going to have Crystal and Erica and Jennifer and Tammy and Linda. I'm going to have Deborah down here. What's the week of? What's their weekly goals? How many calls? How many follow-ups? How many overviews, enrollments, and customers? This is a weekly basis. We need to know what's going on a weekly basis because this is where we'll find trends. I know I was busy, something got in my way, something got in my way, something got in my way. That's when you need to go. Maybe you just need to be a customer. Sounds harsh. It's business. Then here is your duplication. So I could have Crystal and her builder is Beth. What's Beth doing? When did she join? What are the calls? What's Beth's, what's her customer status? I need to keep track of my builder and their builders. Crystal, your builder is Beth, Karen, and Karen. What's going on with them? And this can be something you guys can text. It could be a short little 15-minute call, something to keep people engaged, something to say, how is it going? What's the thing? Because the more you have little mini calls that you guys can have, the quickly people can work. Okay. New builder intake. When you have a new builder, who are they? What's their phone number, their email? Oh, their name got cut off. Why are they here? We need to keep track of the new people coming in, right? And then, of course, this is just for coaching and notes and the things that you need to hear about them. The more that you can write this stuff down, the more that you can help people with all this. Okay. Monthly recap on a month. How did all this go? This is only one of the things, you guys, this is designed for you guys to be able to start really taking that little bit of time and going, who am I working with and what are their real numbers? All right, so let's go through some real numbers. Some of you guys know this, some of you don't. You need a piece of paper for this. You guys ready? We're going to do the number 10. I cannot tell you how important it is for you guys to understand the moment you have a builder that is truly needing to build, you need to have people to support them. Okay. And again, I'm going to read something to you. This is the book that John suggested. This is a guy that was in school and he needed to sell some sponges for a school project. All right. And it says, when I was a kid selling household sponges door to door for 20 cents each, when he was a kid selling sponges door to door at 20 cents each, my average was 10, 7, 4, and 2. What that meant is for every 10 doors I knocked on between 4 and 6, 7 residents would answer the door. For every 10 doors, 7 people would answer. 4 people would listen to my presentation, and 2 would buy a sponge. So I'd make 40 cents, which was a lot of money in 1962, especially to an 11-year-old. I could comfortably knock on 30 doors in an hour. So in a 2-hour period, I'd make 12 sales, which equaled $2.40. Because I understood how averages worked, I never worried about the 3 doors that never opened, the 3 people who didn't want to hear my presentation, or the 2 people who didn't buy. All I knew was that if I knocked on 10 doors, I'd make 40 cents. That means every time my hand touched a door, I'd earn 4 cents regardless of what happened next. This was a powerful motivating force for me. Knocking on any 10 doors, I'd make 40 cents. Success was now all just a matter of how quickly I could knock on those doors. Success was now just a matter of how quickly I could knock on those doors. And then down below, it talks about record and ratios. Recording averages and statistics keep you positive and on track. Right? Can anybody tell me what their success ratio is of enrolling people? Mine is in the 90 percentile. If I talk to someone and do an overview, in the 90 percentile, they will enroll. I started off at 50%. How did I get better? By a lot of self-reflection and a lot of tracking. What am I saying? How does this go? Very rarely do I get a no. But why? Because before I pick up the phone, and I have erred on the side of waiting too long to call somebody. Before I pick up the phone, I know them. I know why they need this really, really well. The second thing is I don't drip on anybody. I am on the phone to set an appointment. And I also understand if I'm going to call Christine, I may approach her this way and she may not be interested, but then I'm not done with her. I need to approach her this way now and maybe approach her this way. And I'm going to keep doing it until I find that thing. She goes, oh my gosh, Windex is bad for my cats. I didn't know that. What are you talking about? When can we set it up? That was Crystal's thing. Who knows? I have a friend, Beth. She heard me talk about heart health. She told me to talk about diabetes. Her husband had a heart attack. He has diabetes. Her cat was sick. Her cat ended up dying. The thing that got her is working from home, not helping her husband or her cat, working from home. I thought it would have been her husband. It wasn't. Okay. Number one, I need you to glance at a calendar real quick, and I need you to count up all the days that you can work. Everybody look at your calendar and how many days can you work? You're going to take off Christmas Eve. You're going to take off Christmas Day. Look at your calendar for December and how many days can you work? Now, I don't make appointments on Mondays and I don't make appointments on Fridays, so I'm taking those 2 days off, right? I'm working 19 days. What do you guys got?
12 or more.
12? Okay. Anybody else? How many, Jen?
Around 20.
20. Okay. John's got 17. Okay. So here's how the math works. Some of you know this so well, you could probably teach it. 6 or more. You can work 6 days. Christine, is that what you're saying? You can work 6 days and okay. A little bit more. Okay. Here's how this works, okay? We're going to say 10 enrollments. So we know this. The columns are this. You've got enrollments. Write that down. The next column is overviews. The next column is appointments. And the next column is dials. Melaleuca Math, one of the reasons why you need to track this and you need to track it for your people and you need to understand is that Melaleuca Math is a 50% success rate. Reality of it is the better that you get at it, mine is a 90+% success rate. When you're dealing with your warm market, you have a better success rate usually. But if you're tracking your numbers, this is one of the reasons why you need to keep your own little tally sheet. And again, 5 to 10 minutes, that's all this is going to take you to really understand how you're doing at your business, right? But also, how are your builders doing it? Because if I had a 20% success rate, I'd quit. Wouldn't you? If you only had 20% success rate, right? So let's say we're going to all say enrollments, we went 10. Everyone write down 10 under enrollments. multiply that times 2. That means you have to have 20 overviews. Why is that? Because you guys, 50% of the people in Melaleuca land will say, no, my rate is higher than that. I want you to have a higher rate. If you do the things that I just said, like really, really, really know why this person needs Melaleuca and make it about them, your rate goes higher. If you are less than 50%, you need to stop, drop, and roll and ask for help. Always ask for help. Always, 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 always. If somebody says no, ask for help. If someone says I'm not interested, ask for help. If someone says I have to think about it, ask for help. Those are things we know how to handle. But you may have not remembered me saying it. You've never heard me say it. Ask for help. Okay, so you have 10 enrollments. That means you need 20 overviews, right? 20 times 2 is 40. You need to have 40 appointments. Why? Half of them aren't going to remember. They didn't set an alarm. Their dog ate their phone. Half of them, that's surprisingly how many people don't set an alarm. That's why when you hear me say set an alarm, because I forgot drives me up the wall. I slept in, drives me up the wall. Set an alarm. Okay, now we're going to take 40 and we're going to multiply it times 5. That means you need to make 200 dials. And don't freak out, we're going to divide this, okay? Why? Because 1 in 5 people will pick up the phone. And that's not meaning I have to call 200 people. Realistic thing, I can call Crystal. I call her once, goes straight to voicemail, she's in a massage. I call her twice, goes to voicemail, she's in a massage. Call her another time, she's just about to sit down to dinner with Michael. Call her another time, her cat's throwing up. It may take me 5 times to get in touch with Crystal. Those are real things that have happened. Now, if I said it was an emergency, she would immediately call me back. That's not a big deal. But those are real things. I get her voicemail because she's a full-time massage therapist. That's a reality of it, right? Hit or miss when I can get in touch with her. So I have to call her maybe 5 times before I get in touch with her. That's just a reality of Crystal's life. That's why 1 in 5. Now, take 200 and divide it, 200, the divide sign, by the days that you said you were going to work. For me, 19. That means I need to make 11 dials a day. 200 divided by 6, that means you need to make 33 dials a day. That's a lot, Christine. That's a lot for only 6 days of work. Shamika said 15. 200 divided by 15 days, that's 13 dials. So do you guys see how many dials? Type in the chat box how many dials you need to make. I'm supposed to dial 11. 16.6, so 17. 14, 33. 13.3, that's 14, 14, 12. Okay, these are dials. You're going to leave a lot of messages, 11. But that's your goal. So remember, we're not going to just talk about it. You're calling specifically to set an appointment. Okay? Now this document that I have is geared towards you going through this with your builders. 13 plus calls per day, so 14. Dividing this up, can you sit down for an hour and do your 13 calls? Can you break it up into 2 30-minute time periods? It's important for you to have your schedule down when you're doing it. If you can make more, then make more, because there's going to be that day when you accidentally say, hey, Jennifer, how you doing? I don't ever start a call like that. And then Jennifer starts telling me how she's doing and her cat did this and I got a new laptop and then when I accidentally ask, how are you doing? I do not try to set an appointment. Because if she starts going off on how she's doing and I'm sick and this and that and I fell and broke my leg and I go, oh, so sorry you broke your leg. Hey, can I talk to you about Melaleuca? That is not going to go well. Okay. So watch your mouth. I encourage you guys to take some time and get a little bit organized. And I don't mean all day. I mean take some time, an hour, and sit down and look at these and fill out your goals and have some conversations with people that you're working with and readdress your customers. Hey, would you be open to a conversation about earning $1,000? My job is to help you with that. Would you be open to that? That is literally how you start this, by you filling out the form on your goals, what you want to do, track your numbers to see, are you staying on top of it and how is it going? And the key, you guys, is this. If you get a no, that's okay. If you get a couple no's, stop and ask. Remember, I got to think about it. You need to talk to somebody about that. Nobody's going to go home and think about Melaleuca. It means they still have a question. You need to say, I doubt, Tammy, you're really going to go home and think about Melaleuca. So usually means that you have a question. What do you need to go think about? And I guarantee you it's going to be, I don't know about the 35 product points. I didn't understand this or whatever it is. It's going to be a misunderstanding. All right. What questions do you guys have for me? None. All right, I'm going to stop this.